Hey everybody out there, Chris here, and welcome back to another comic review. This time we're talking about Moon Knight, issue number 1. And before we get into the review for this wonderful comic and this wonderful review in general, anybody who's close with Marvel or the Marvel heads, or anybody who can actually get word to the heads, the tops of Marvel, tell them to get new printers for their freaking covers. I mean, seriously, fingerprints. Do you guys understand your ink is not staying on your covers? I mean, I'd understand if it's happening to DC, IDW, anywhere other than Marvel. No other comic book do I have problems with the covers with. None. My DC books, 0 fingerprints. My IDW, 0. Z-Scope, 0. Only my Marvel books. Only my Marvel books. Fingerprint. Even the people that I buy independently from, with their self-published work, no fingerprints on their covers. Why does Marvel have the shittiest cover printer company in the world? I don't know, but somebody tell Marvel to change their freaking cover company or printer companies. Whatever. Freaking annoying. I mean, do you like seeing my own fingerprints on the cover? I'm getting sick of seeing my fingerprints. Anybody want my fingerprints? All you need to get is buy one of my comics. You're not getting any of my comics, and you're not getting my fingerprints either. Anyway, so we're in Moon Knight issue 1. Moon Knight is back in New York. He moved back from California, and right away he's on a mystery. And I like Moon Knight. I think he's like a super detective in a way, and I like how he's drawn. He's like the sketch variant inside a colored world. He's the only thing that's not colored in, so he looks like he's actually sketched into the book. And there are these people that are being killed. This police officer thinks it's like another Jack the Ripper, and he just observes the entire crime scene, the person who was killed, the scene itself, and he deduces that whoever did it, number one, he's not a slasher. I believe that's what they called him, right? He's picking his targets out, and they're being picked in a target area, so he's not able to leave the area, and he can't walk well, so he's definitely somewhere underground. He figures all this out from just looking at the crime scene, and he just goes off and he goes to find him. And I love this page right here where they show him climbing all the way down from the top, from the street level, all the way down to, you got the train level, you got the bum level, and then it's even deeper, which I find very interesting. And he actually finds this person, and you get the whole story about... This is an unneeded... you don't need to know about this character. Why? Because in the end, Moon Knight ends him anyway. So basically, for me to explain this character to you, or this villain, or this person that's doing this, would be unnecessary, because by the end of this book, he won't matter to anybody anymore. But this part does, before New York. And before New York, Moon Knight was actually... he went to a psychologist, I believe, or a doctor, I'm sorry, to find out what's wrong with him, why he's suffering from why he's crazy, or why he's suffering from split personality syndrome. And she's like, good news, you don't have split personality syndrome, you're not crazy. The bad news, however, is he has brain damage. And where does the brain damage come from? His brain is being colonized by an ancient consciousness from beyond space and time. And then the last page is the most interesting. And this is spoiler alert, so if you don't want to see this, I'd advise fast forwarding a little bit. You get this last page with this deity, this god, and he's saying, you are my son. And you just see Moon Knight just sitting there with his head down, and to be continued. I found this interesting. I'm invested in Warren Ellis' work, at least with Moon Knight. So hopefully Moon Knight will break at least the double digits before being canceled. I doubt they're going to cancel Moon Knight so quickly this time. This definitely has interest to it. I'm very interested. I would definitely say this is a 3.5 to 4 star beginning, a good intro, but definitely 3.5 to 4 star book. Looking forward to future issues, and I'm loving the artwork in this book. Loving it. Don't change the artist, and keep the writing at this pace, and this book definitely, I feel, will go far. Really liking this book. I would definitely 100% say check out Moon Knight issue 1. See if it's your type of book. If it's not, you don't have to keep picking it up. If it is, glad I could help you guys, because this book, I know a lot of people were messaging me about questioning, is it worth it, because Moon Knight never makes it past issue 6, 10, and I tell them it's always worth a try. Issue number 1s are always worth a try, unless they're in issue 1, which is basically based off of a previous volume, for example, Wolverine and the X-Men issue 1, which came out this week. That was just a continuation of Wolverine and the X-Men. It should have just been called issue 43, but beside the point, this is a fresh, brand new start to Moon Knight. So I would definitely recommend checking it out, and come back and let us know what you guys think. Agree, disagree, your opinions on Moon Knight. If you've already read it, let us know in the comments below. That's what the comment box is there for us to hear your guys' opinions, since you guys are sitting there listening to ours. Also, while you're at it, don't forget to check out Comic Related and ComicFrontline.com. Together we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Like I said about the comments, feel free. If you haven't already subscribed to Comic Frontline, feel free to do so. So this way we're in your sub box and you don't miss out on a single video. We got tons of videos coming up really soon, tons of new series. You aren't going to want to miss out on a single thing. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys in the next review.